Okay, let's start our class. Start our homework. And for the first one, before first one, and I just want to reintroduce this. How could we convert between the imperial system? And for here, we have inch, foot, yard, and mile. So this part is small, and this part is big. Big to small, we use multiplication, and from small to big, we use division. Okay, and for the first one, and 3 feet and 11 inches, so it's feet to inches, so it's big to small. So we use multiple is 3 times 12 and plus 11, so it equals to 47 inches. And the B, and for the yard, 2 feet, so this one is big to small, so we use multiplication, so 7 times 3 plus 1 equals to 22 feet. And for C, and for mile to yards, so it's big to small, so we use multiplication, so it's 2 times 1000 and then plus 325, it equals to 3845 yards. And next one is inches to feet, so we use divide. The first we use 75 to divide 12. You can use your calculator and you can find 6, and for the rest is 3 or 12. And how could you get this one? And you can use 6 times 12 equals 72, and 75 minus 72 equals, and this 3 is this one. And then the answer is 6 feet and 3 inches. And for E, and feet to yards, and this one is small to big, so it's division, and 82 divided 3 equals to 27, and for this part, and then we use 27 times 3 equals to 81, and 82 minus 81 equals to 1, so it's 1/3 here, and then the answer is 27 yards and 1 feet. Okay, and for F, so it's small to big, and division, and 1 divide is 1, so it equals to 3, and then we use 3 times this one, and then it equals to 1, and then use this one minus this one equals 2, so it's, and for the answer it's 3 miles, and the answer is 3 miles and 2040. And next one, G, 4 yards, 2 feet and 6 inches. So we can change these things to feet and then change everything to inches. So it's 4 times 3 plus 2, so this is the total inches. And then for the big part times 12 and plus 6, and this is equal to, okay. And for H is 1 inches, 2 yards, feet, and inches. So the first one, and we use 100 inches and change into feet and divide 12. So it's 8 and 4 over 12. So it's 8 feet and 4 inch. And then we can change this feet into yards. And we use 8 divided 3 equals to 2 over 3, so it's 2 yards and 2 feet. So the answer is the 100 inches equals to 2 yards, 2 feet, and it's 4 inch. So we just put everything together. Okay, and for, let's look at number 2, and we don't use proportional reasoning, so we don't use this one, so we just use unit analysis. And for this one, and we can write is 1 mile equals to, the factor is 1/3, and 1 yards equals to 36. Then it's 2.3 mile divided 1 times mile, and 1360 yards times yards, 36 inches. It equals to 45728 inches. So you can use this 1 yard, and or you can use feet. It's both okay, and it's up to you. Okay. And for next one, and for this 200 2000 inches to miles. And for this one, and then we can say 2000 inches divide 1 times and 36 inches and 1 yard and times like yards and mile. So this one equals to 3.1565, and this is nearest hundreds. So this is hundreds, and the next one this side is, so this is 5 or more, so we just round up. So the answer is 3.16. Okay, number 3. And the Olympic marathon is run over a distance 26 miles and 85 yards. Convert this distance to yards, feet, and inches. Yards is, we can say 26 times 1760 and plus the rest equals to 1. Then for feet, and we just use times 3 equals to, then for inches we use 112. It equals to, sure you get the right answer from A, and then you can get the answer for B and C. If A is wrong, the rest are wrong. Okay. Number 4, determine the missing entries on the chart at the beginning of this session and use space below to show your work, and then complete the chart by filling in the missing entries. And for this part, and 1 yard and 1 yard equals to 3 feet, and 1 feet equals to 0.3048 meters. So it's 1 yard, 3 feet times 1 feet and the rest. So the answer is 0.19144. And for the mile, it's mile 4 times, omit the factors for this part, and you can just use the factors from the chart. Okay, and I just write down the fractions here. So the final answer is this one. Okay, and so for C, okay, so this one is for C. And for D is the last one. And I know number 4 is a little bit boring, but this one can help you practice and to write down the fraction and each part and cancel for each part. I do hope you can practice this one by yourself. It's really helpful. Okay, so for here and number 6 and number 7, and the first things and make sure you understand the information. Okay, so this one and means feet and inches, and they have already give you the conversion, and you just need to write down the fractions and convert everything. For A, so it's 3 feet and 3 inches. So for this one, and we need to, the first things we just change into inches. Okay, change into inches. First things we change into inches. So it's 3 times 12 plus 3 is 39 inch, and then we change into meter, and so this one is 39 inch divided 1 times 2.54 cm divide 1 inch and times 1 meter and 100 centimeter. Okay, and I will write this 1 meter, this factor here. And if you're not sure, and write the factors at beginning. If you are really confident about your mental math, and you don't need, but I do recommend you to write the factors at the beginning, and then you can cancel everything. Don't forget near this hundreds. Okay, and the weight is, and for B is the inches, it's 5 times 12 plus 7 equals to 67 inch. Then so 67 inch divide 1 times 2.45 cm divide inch and times 1 meter divide 100 centimeter equals to 1.70 meters. And then for the pounds is 118 pounds divide 1 times 2.2 pounds and 1 kilogram, so it equals to 53 grams. And for C, 6 times 12 plus 3 equals to 75 inches. And 75 inch divide 1 times 2.45 cm divide 1 inch times 1 meter divide 100 centimeter equals to 1.91 meters. And then 195 pounds divide 1 times 2.2 pounds, and then 1 kilogram equals to 89 kilograms. Okay, and for number 7 is similar things, just change the meters to inches and change the kilogram to the pounds. I will just write down the procedures here and you can check by yourself. And for this part, we just use 66. Use 66 divide 12 is 5 and the remained 6. And for here, so this is 5 feet and 6 inches. So I just make the mistake here. This is cm and this is 4. Okay. And for 90 inches and 90 and divide 12 and equals to 7, and then it's remain like 6 inches for here, so it's 7 feet and 6 inches. And I don't mention, and for here this is nearest inches and nearest is pounds, and which means you need whole number or integers or 1. Okay, and for 71 inches divide 12 equals to, and then remain 11. Okay, for here, so it's 5 feet and 11 inch. Okay, for 11 in the imperial measurement system, c is usually estimated in miles per second, so it's and determine the speed of light to the nearest 100,000 miles per second. And for here, and c is this number, and this one is meter, and we need to change into mile. Okay, so this is the original number. So this is mile, because this is second, so we don't need to change the second, so it's still second, and times 1 kilometers equals to 1,000 meter, and times and 0.6214 mile divide to 1 kilometers. And then we just cancel everything and use your calculator to calculate these things, and then don't forget change into the nearest 100,000. So the answer is 6291 mile second. Okay, and the last part, and then we just, and nearest hundreds, and for 100,000, and it's this way, and for 2 is less than 4, so we just leave it alone. So the answer is A. And for 12, this one is like assume an average is 351 quarters days in a year, the about around distance in miles across the Milky Way. Okay, so it's kind of like we use the speed times a year, and then times this is like 100 years, and then we can get the answer. Okay, so because this speed is for second, we need to change into year. The first thing is we have our speed, and this is mile, and divide, and 1 second. And we change to second to, and for 3,006 seconds equals to 1 hour. Okay, and then for 1 hour is like 24 hours is a day, so it's 1 day. So, and for day, we have the day here. We times 364, 1/4 day, and it's a year. And how many years is 100,000 years divide 1. And then we cancel everything, and you can get the answer is 5 times 10 to the power of 17. Okay. And for this, the 14, we need to change the kilometers to miles per hour. So hour, we don't need to change, so this is easy. So it's 85 kilometers divided to hour times Okay, is so 1 mile and it's 1.6093 kilometers. Okay, and if you want, I will write, if you like, and I will write these factors here. And then it equals to 52.8 and mile per hour. And then with the answer, we need to round up. So we want the whole number. So it's 8, we need to round up. So it's 53. So the answer is 53. Okay. For the last one, a plane is travel at 510 mile per hour, and then we need to find out the kilometers per hour. Okay, and for this one, it's 510 miles divide 1 hour times, and for mile and kilometers, and then we write things at top here, and this is equals to, and then we just need the whole number for here for this one, and then for 7 is 5 or more, so it's round up, so it's 8 to 1, so the answer is 8 to 1. Okay.